You are listening to Practical and Woo by Mindset and Manifest. My name is Eden, and I invite you to embark on a journey with me to explore the practical and spiritual edges of the unknown for the purpose of allowing you to embody and empower yourself uniquely as you are and to intentionally create and live a life of freedom and fulfillment. Each week, I'm going to discuss topics such as energetics, reality creation, manifestation, astrology, tarot, and more to help empower you to live beyond perceived limitations and to practically design your life so it feels like absolute magic every step of the way. Let's dive in. Well, hello, brilliant soul. Welcome back to another day of intentionally creating a life that you love. If you are looking for a sign that you are a powerful and capable creator of your reality, this is it right here, right now. Here is your sign. Something I've been contemplating a lot lately is, why is the doomsday catastrophization of our lives so much more believable to us than the blissful, fulfilling, enriching reality that we so often desire, but frequently doubt? Do you notice that? How you are more likely to believe that you won't get the thing you want than you are to believe that everything will work out so seamlessly. Why do we do this? Why, when we are faced with uncertainty, do we edge towards the negative? Why do we allow our minds to ruminate on the fears and the worst case scenarios when there is really no logic to support why the worst case scenario is more likely to happen than the best case? I'm beginning to see more and more that it isn't that the worst case scenario is more likely to happen. It's that most people are more likely to choose to dwell in the worst case scenario, which ushers that scenario into their experience like a moth to a flame. Spiritual thought leader and mystic Neville Goddard spoke of this concept called dwelling in the wish fulfilled. He says, it's not what you want that you attract what you believe to be true. Therefore, if you are dwelling in the state of being fulfilled, the world will reflect that state back to you. Neville Goddard's wise words contain an important seed of wisdom that I would love to invite you to contemplate. You are not attracting what you are simply wanting or wishing for. You are instead magnetizing what you believe to be true. This encapsulates everything you believe. What you believe to be true about yourself, what you believe to be true about how the world around you operates, what you believe to be true about human nature, even what you believe to be true about reality creation and manifesting. I can confirm for you that from my vantage point, the principles of energetics and reality creation work for everything. And I mean everything. I have both experienced and witnessed miracles and seemingly impossible, improbable, and unlikely things happen time and time again. And yet, it is so common to believe in a limitation of what is possible to reach, achieve, or experience. Assumptions like, even though I successfully manifested this really cool thing over here, somehow it won't work for that thing that I believe is out of the scope of what's possible or what is possible for me that's over there. When you believe you are capable, you attract opportunities that confirm to you that you are capable. When you believe that everything is a gift and a lesson to be harnessed for the perpetual advancement of your life, then you receive in your experience opportunities that reflect that reality to you. It is so often the case that instead of dwelling in the certainty of the innate creative potential that exists within you, we have a tendency to dwell instead in the worries, the fears, the doubts that try to convince you that what you're wanting is not within reach. I am willing to bet that you know how easy it is to dwell, to ruminate on your biggest fears and all-encompassing worries. But how likely are you to dwell in the wonderment, joy, and excitement of something unfolding. We so often allow ourselves to be bothered by and reactive to triggers or unpleasant scenarios, to feel so irked and irritated by something appearing not going our way, having that nagging need to fix it and make it go away. If you're resonating, then can you notice where you're dwelling in the experience of wanting so badly to fix or change the thing or things that are bothering you? Wanting these things to go away so badly that you're fixating on them and feeding them all of your attention. Whether you're feeling rejected or powerless in the face of a specific circumstance, where you choose to dwell can change the course of your reality and the course of your life. Have you noticed that amongst a sea of 1,000 compliments, we tend to fixate on that one negative opinion? Why do we do this? Why do we allow the envelopment of beautiful feedback to be tainted by one single opposition? I had a client come to me recently who has been feeling unlucky in love, and they have a tendency to fixate on specific people that they are drawn to. And candidly, I understand what this feels like because I myself am sometimes swept up in the romance of things, the potentiality. I witnessed this client ruminate and dwell on the fact that the person of their desire was throwing them curveballs and locking them in a tango of hot and cold, and they allowed this dance to take over their mind and their experience wholly and completely, dwelling in the fear, the doubt, and even the unbridled desire of wanting to be validated by that person specifically, rather than allowing themselves to dwell in the knowing that they are worthy of a one-of-a-kind love and allowing that one-of-a-kind love to present itself to them. They felt fixated on the actions and habits of this other person and was so bothered by them that all they wanted to do was fix and change that specific person. They wanted to make them be the person that they were quote unquote meant to be with. Another one of my clients came to me with an incredibly exciting opportunity, and I met them with celebration that they deserved in the wake of this exciting news, jumping for joy. And in response, I was met with, well, what if it falls through? What if the person changes their mind? What if it doesn't happen for me? In both of these examples, my clients were ruminating, fixating, dwelling on their desire from a vantage point of not having and from fearing that it would somehow be lost to them, fearing that if they don't get it, then somehow it speaks to their value, somehow it would prove to them that they aren't capable, a belief they were already holding as true. In other words, they were allowing themselves to dwell in what they believed to be true about what is possible and what is possible for them, when in truth, both of them are more powerful than they even realize, when in truth, you are more powerful than you even realize. So what are you predominantly allowing yourself to dwell upon in your mind? Are you seeing a vision of things unfolding in your favor? Or are you witnessing the incessant worry of things falling apart? I would love to offer you an interesting contemplation. We keep mentioning the word dwelling, to dwell upon, which means to think, to speak, or to write at length about a particular subject, to linger upon it, and affix all of your attention to it. And yet, dwelling is also another name for a house or a residence. Isn't that interesting? I love when words offer us these beautiful clues into spiritual and esoteric concepts. If I were to ask you, what kind of house would you want to live in? What would you say? What would you describe? Chances are you would want a house that was stable and had lots of space to express your unique personality, a roof to keep you warm, safe, and dry, natural light through window panes, and furnishings that resembled your aesthetic and made you feel at home. It's amazing how we can put so much love and attention into the cultivation of our physical dwelling. But what about your mental dwelling? Where do you allow yourself to live within your mind? If you were living in an unfavorable home, I believe you would do everything in your power to change and adjust your circumstances. So why don't we afford ourselves the same courtesy in our minds? Imagine that dwelling in the state of the wish fulfilled is like living in your dream home. You get to maintain it and decorate it in the essence of who you are. To give yourself the gift of dwelling in a safe space in all capacities of your life. So I say, hang up that precious photograph in that beautiful corner of your mind and allow yourself to dwell upon the beliefs that serve you. Even better, treat yourself to a whole mental vacation in your mental vacation home, or should I say, dwelling. And before I let you go, I would be honored if you shared and contemplated this episode with friends and family whom you think would benefit by building the strongest, safest, most stable dwellings of their minds as well. Until next time.